Hey, it's Emil from Mindful Movement Coaching, and I'm here to give you a little tutorial on how to use the Rip Trainer, which is an exercise tool made by TRX. So the Rip Trainer is basically, it's a bar with a bungee cord on one end, and it creates what we call an asymmetrical or a one-sided load, leading us to have to really focus on resisting rotation well, and then we can progress to producing rotation against resistance. But right now I'm just going to talk about the setup so you can get the best practices or best uses out of the Rip Trainer on your own. So the first thing I want to talk about is your anchor point. So when establishing the height of your anchor point, it's ideal for it to be about 4 feet from the ground up. And the next point we want to talk about is for safety. So there's a loop, or excuse me, a little band string here at the end, and we do want to use that for safety purposes, because if you lose your grip, you've got basically a loaded projectile in a sense that could go flying across the room, and we don't want that. So at the end of the loop, there's a sliding nut, and you want to adjust the nut so that the loop at the very end is just big enough so you can easily switch hands with the Rip Trainer suspended. And that allows you to switch hands and get right to the next exercise, especially if you're doing a Tabata or high intensity interval. You want to be able to switch hands or sides seamlessly so you can get set up and go. Okay, now the next thing we want to think about is the alignment. So we've got a one-sided load here, and I don't want to overload on one side. I want to be as balanced as possible so I know that I'm loading each side of my body relatively equally. So if we picture our anchor point here, and then right in the center of the Rip Trainer is the seam where it comes together. You want to line up that seam with the anchor point, and then you're going to line those 2 points up with your midline. So now you've got 3 points of alignment that we're giving attention to. And so when we're doing our exercises, we can be assured that I'm equally challenged from right to left with regards to the rotational force vectors. And then if I turn my face away from my anchor point, you can see here I've set up an orange foam roller out in front so I know where my anchor point is. I set that up ahead of time in alignment with the anchor point so that now when I'm facing away, I can line my midline of my body with the midline of the Rip Trainer or the seam with the orange foam roller, and now I'm assured that I have the same amount of challenge from right to left. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out with the use of your Rip Trainer. If you have any questions, you can email me at emil@mindmovecoach.com. Good luck.